A Kubernetes object can look perfectly healthy and still send no traffic. In the CKA, that kind of failure matters. Troubleshooting is 30% of the published v1.35 curriculum, the largest domain. In the next few minutes, you will learn a 5-step diagnostic loop. Trace a broken service to 2 separate faults, and decide when to escalate from an application symptom to a node or control plane check. First, check the target you are preparing for. The official environment is currently Kubernetes v1.35, with 15 to 20 performance tasks in 2 hours. That is roughly 6 to 8 minutes per task if time were divided evenly, though task difficulty and weight vary. The featured practice bundle currently says v1.32, which is end of life upstream. Use it for repetition and workflow. Then verify version sensitive details against the current curriculum and official docs. The loop is simple. Scope the target. Inspect state and events. Isolate the failing layer. Make the smallest change. And verify the requested outcome. Scope comes first because a correct command on the wrong host, context, or namespace is still wrong. Confirm the designated SSH host, run Kubectl config current context, and name the namespace explicitly. Then observe. Get shows state and placement. Describe adds conditions and events. Logs shows container output. Logs with previous recovers output from the prior container after a restart. Our lab deployment is ready, but the service named web returns nothing. Do not edit the deployment just because it owns the pods. Inspect the service, pods, and endpoint slices. The service selects app equals web. The pods carry app equals website. Kubernetes builds endpoint slices from services and matching ready pods, so this mismatch leaves the slice empty. That is causal evidence. Patch only the selector, then watch the endpoint slice gain pod addresses. We changed one relationship and immediately verified the controller's response. The endpoints now exist, but the service still fails. Test from a temporary in-cluster client. A direct request to the pod IP works, the cluster IP does not. That result moves the fault away from DNS and the application, and toward the service path. Compare port with target port and the container's actual listening port. Here, target port points to the wrong number. Correct it, then verify the pod IP, cluster IP, service DNS name, endpoint slice, and response. The temporary busy box image shown is an official documentation example. Image availability can differ in a lab. Use the same logic beyond services. A pending pod sends you to scheduler events, resources, taints, selectors, and affinity. A waiting container often sends you to image pull evidence. Repeated restarts call for current and previous logs, then probes, commands, mounts, and configuration. For gateway API, inspect status and attachment. A route can exist but carry no traffic if parent refs are not accepted or backend refs led to a service without ready endpoints. Escalate to node conditions, kubelet status, and its journal only when cluster evidence points there. Never reboot the exam base node. Under time pressure, imperative commands and client-side dry runs can create scaffolding quickly. In production, declarative apply gives you reviewable configuration. That is the trade-off. Speed now versus a change you can inspect, repeat, and roll back. Prefer the smallest reversible action. Use rollout history and undo when appropriate, and verify the exact requested outcome. Treat edit restore, node drain, and control plane changes as ordered. High-risk workflows, not guesses. The exam permits specific official documentation inside its VM, so practice finding the page you need without opening external search results. For every failure, scope, observe, isolate, change minimally, verify. Practice the loop until each command answers a question instead of buying time. The CKA practice bundle linked in the description offers practice and timed modes, but its listing currently says v1.32, not the current v1.35 exam. Use it for workflow and repetition. Check current official guidance before test day, and visit tertiary courses for WSQ funded training.